Hello everyone, welcome in. We are doing your month ahead reading for June. However, the messages we got here, I feel you can listen to halfway through June and still take away a lot of important things that came up. So we will have group 1, group 2, group 3. I'll pull this open a little closer. So this amethyst here is for group 1. This amethyst is for group 2. And then this amethyst is for group 3. So whichever amethyst you're drawn to more, or potentially it's the numbers 1, 2, or 3, I will put the timestamps below. Got some pretty specific messages for each group. However, with all of these readings, always take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you're going through a reading, you get halfway through or towards the end, and you're like, I don't think that these messages are for me, come back here, take a deep breath, refocus on these 3 groups, and go ahead and pick another one. But I hope everyone here has an amazing June, and let's get to your reading. So if you chose group 1 or this amethyst, then this reading is yours. Let's see what June is bringing in. We have lots of cards, but we'll start off with your tarot. So for June group 1, you have 2 of Wands, the Lovers, King of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. Okay. All right, group 1. I think June's going to be a really nice month for you to really take matters into your own hands. I'm also getting this really nice, seductive energy for you in June. But really with that, it's more so of going and getting what you want. Really like a strong, determined, driven energy that you have in June. So if you do have passion projects that you've been wanting to start or wanting to do, something you've been wanting to explore, a relationship even that you've been wanting to kind of take to the next level, again, it's all about realizing what you want and going for it in June. Really putting your desires into motion. And I do think you're going to have a relationship or even multiple relationships really prove valuable to you in June. Right? You have the Lovers here, so a nice month for collaboration, for relationship, a partnership. And almost too, I get a really nice balanced blend of imagination, of your creativity, of your heart mixed together and putting it into action in June. Nice energy to go explore. It's kind of like almost a flame being ignited inside of you again. And the more that you do things that bring you happiness, that are things that passions of yours, it's going to just add fuel to that flame, and you're just going to have even more energy and more drive. Go really nice. I'm just getting that kind of person that is getting things done, but you're leading from the heart, and it's all coming from a place of wanting to bring happiness. And so it's just really nice. I'm getting an energy that people want to be around. But yeah, I think June is a lot, even with the Lovers here, I think it's a lot about you. But relationships in your life are going to be proving very valuable to you. Yeah, really having that your heart and doing what you love really driving you forward in June and putting meaning into the actions that you're doing, having something behind it, right? Love that. Like I said, we have lots of cards to get through, so let's move on to your oracle, get some extra meaning, see what else is happening. Give me a second while I organize this here. All right. Put those there. All right, so we will start off with your first oracle card here. You have dreams. I love that. Dreams see the possible pathways of a future that act as a roadmap for our actions. Yeah, so definitely a good month for you to follow your dreams and really use that to drive you forward in June. But I think dreams coming true is a really nice message for you in June. And actually, what's funny is you had 3 Lovers Oracle cards pop out, which makes sense, especially with your Lovers card here. So let's see what they have to say. Your first one here, balance. Yep, love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. Also have here, embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. I like that with your Lovers card. And then your last one here, soulmate. Look at that. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. So I like that. Let's say you're not in a relationship or you're not looking for one. These can always be used as like a self-love message and looking within yourself as well. But I think in June it's going to be a really nice, a balanced month. Yeah, like a really nice blend of following your heart, but putting things in action without, I almost have this like oh gosh, what was this? It was a documentary of some sort, and it was just a man talking about how he wanted to like get ahead and progress his career, and he was like, I would step on people's throats to get ahead. That kind of energy, that's not what this is. This is a very, you're moving forward and going forward with something, having something like deepen, chasing after your dreams, a passion, something that you've been wanting, but you're coming from a place of love and you're doing so a lot with like compassion and kindness. So even though you're going after what you're wanting, especially if you're not someone who typically puts yourself first, this isn't that kind of energy that's going to be rubbing someone the wrong way. Everyone wanting this for you. I'm getting like a really nice people, or you have relationships in your life that are wanting you, wanting to see you be happy, to put yourself first for a little bit. Do something that makes you happy. Time for you to follow one of your dreams. I like to with embrace, just making sure that you are relying on others. Again, even if it's not in a romantic way, but you do have people in your life that are there, even a nice stranger, right? Along the way. Again, stranger danger, but make sure that you are relying on others, even though you do have this really nice, like driven and focused energy to move forward. You want to make sure that you're also still, not pushing people to the side. And I love here with your soulmate card. This could be a really nice month. If you do have a partner in your life already, or if you're not looking for someone, this could be talking about maybe the relationship that you have already is deepening, kind of having like a nice rhythm with your partner, again, or even with yourself, having that realization of I'm happy here in this moment with myself, who I am today in June, and having that nice self-love connection, right? Although, if you are looking for someone, this could be a nice month for you to meet this person or start that relationship up. Love that. We also had 2 cards come out with the hero's journey. So starting off, you won the lottery. I love that. Really nice month for you in June. I think a lot of really positive, happy things will be happening. You also have, what would your higher self do? You are divinity in blue jeans. I like these cards together too, because this lottery card can talk a lot about gratitude and making sure that the things in your life you're really thankful for, and you put out that energy really of it kind of being magnetic and using that gratitude, appreciating the abundance that you have in your life already, even the small things. Once you realize that you kind of have this nice energy that you're putting out and it's drawing in even more positive things coming into your life, which is just kind of like adding fuel to that flame, right? So even just drawing in more of the things that, wonderful things we'll say. And then what would your higher self do? I like this too, because especially if you are starting something where it's something that you've been wanting to do, there's always that self-doubt that can come into your head. And so I think this is a nice card just to remind you that whenever you do start to have a little bit of self-doubt, a little bit of, should I really be doing this? Or, whatever the inner voice in your head starts to say, just to make sure that you're following your inner wisdom. And I'm getting for someone too, you have a lot to share and like guide others with. And I think for someone too, this could be a month where you are wanting to take on a leadership role, a position that helps guide others or shares your knowledge, your wisdom, what you've learned in life with someone else. And so I think if you do start to have those doubts, just remember that where you are right now is exactly where you're supposed to be. And if you have a lot to give to others. So don't let this inner voice win, right? Divinity and blue jeans. I love that. All right, next up we have our Threads of Fate Oracle. You also have 2 cards from here. Look at that. Love. Yeah, I think this is a very nice, loving month for you, both with yourself, with others, and with your passions. I love this heart on fire. I think that's a really nice image for your month. Just keeping that in mind, like a burning passion, igniting it, right? And then you have the Magi. Yes, I'm getting a really nice, like, sorceress kind of manifesting what you want, a witchy energy with this. Being able to really see more paths than just one. So potentially if you've been feeling stuck, June's going to be a really nice month where you kind of have a realization, or you open your eyes and you have this like aha moment where now you have all these other paths and opportunities or things that you didn't even think of before. You can now see it and realize it. So if you have been feeling a little stuck or wanting to change things up a little bit, I think June's going to bring forth that insight. And then with love too, I mean, definitely a good month with love. You have the Lover's card here. You've won the lottery, soulmate, love. Great month for you. Although this card does also talk about, it really asks you to examine love in all aspects of your life. So not just potentially with a partner, or if you're single but you're dating, how how you use love in your life for others, for yourself. How are your boundaries doing? Is it time to examine that? What's your feelings towards your passions? Have you been utilizing them, overusing things? So really nice month too. Again, just to make sure that everything, kind of like a checkup. You always like to go to the doctors as often. I don't go as often as I should, but your yearly checkup. You also need to make sure you're doing that with your love. And next up, we have growth. Yes, so a really nice month for you of getting to of enjoying things, but having it, not saying that they can't be trivial things that you're doing that are enjoying it, but whatever this is, it is going to bring forward movement, of progress in your life, really deepen yourself, right? Because this card also talks to you about sharing wisdom with others. So I do think for someone, this is going to be you stepping into a leadership position, a mentorship position, taking someone, under your wing almost, and showing them the way, whether it is just like a simple reaching out to a friend even, and maybe they've been having a hard time, but you have this like all this newfound energy, kind of that reignited flame and passion in your life that you're just kind of showing. It can be, I mean, any number of scenarios, right? But I do think for someone, this is going to be a nice month for you to be around others, to have a lot of relationships and collaborations going on. This card also too talks about devoting yourself to your own growth, knowing what makes you happy, really like what makes you feel in charge of your life. And I really like that too, of being in charge of your life in June is a nice message. Next up, we'll pull open your Moonology card that you got. Cardinal Moon, be bold and make the first move. Yes, I think even if you do have a lot of like relationships and collaborations going on, I think a lot of June is going to be you, I would say, like stepping up, taking charge of your life, taking charge of the situation, being the one to go out there and say, okay, you know what, I want this, or let's do this, or how about we try, X, Y, and Z, whatever this is. I do want to read on this because I think the Moonology deck has or booklet has like really nice messages that are in there. There you are. Now is the time to be bold, bossy even. This is when I get like full body chills. Take matters into your own hands. Was that not, I feel like, the first thing I said in this reading? Did I say it in my head? I'm pretty sure I said it out loud. It says cardinal signs are powerful and self-starting. They're determined and great at organizing. Drawing this card strongly suggests that you're going to need to be all of those things to get your ideal resolution or position in the situation you're asking about. This card may challenge you on how strongly you really want something. If you're worrying about a situation, it is a suggestion to be less passive. Instead, take an assertive stance as you steer events where you want them to go. Speak up for what you want. If you're serious about sorting things out, you may need to take the lead in some way to step up as a leader. Love this deck. I love this deck. June the Moon says, I'm taking charge of my destiny. Be bold and follow your heart and your emotions. So, yeah, a lot about following your heart this month. Avoid recklessness or moving too fast. Come into your power. The time for action is now. Ask Ganesha, the Hindu elephant god, for help. Love that. Love this deck. I love the messages it has. I think that is a great summary of really just the energy that's going on for you in June. All right, group one, you are down to your last two cards for your month. So we will have your Woodland Wardens and you have the Hawk and Thistle. Graceful persistence. Yeah. So this is a really nice, talks about like a strong yet graceful energy. And I think that too kind of ties into the getting what you want, but doing so gracefully, right? There's not a lot of, like, I'm getting just like a fluid motion in this month, having that nice rhythm, but still being strong and determined. The thistle also can thrive in a lot of different environments. So I think this is a nice reminder to use your heart, use your emotions, have that guide you in your actions. And regardless of what's going on, you're able to handle it. You're able to take care of those things. Put you right here. And for your last card, we do have the Greenwich Oracle. Stop. You have passion. Yep. I mean, if this is not the beginning and ending of your reading, passion is your message for June. Is going to be a really nice time for you to follow your passions, follow your dreams, express more gratitude, have that energy going in and out of your life, making the first move, really being strong, taking charge, taking a lead, stepping up as a leader in some areas. A lot about love this month. I love it. This is I like this energy that you have for June. So let me know what you thought of your reading. If you know what project, what dream you're wanting to chase after in June, what that energy is for you. But yeah, a really nice, strong, seductive, take charge, lead with your heart energy for June. Awesome. Well, having a wonderful month, and until next time. So if you chose group 2 or this amethyst, then this reading is yours. Let's see what June is bringing in for you. We have lots of cards to get through, but we will start with your tarot. So group 2, starting off for June, you have the Chariot. Love this image too of the Chariot specifically with this deck. You have the King of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Page of Swords, so 2 pages, and the Nine of Pentacles. All right. Okay, group 2 for June. Yeah, so I think you have a nice control on things in June. Feeling like this really like confident, self-assured, like an assertive energy, very focused, very in control, very balanced. However, I'm also thinking that part of the reason why you do have such like a control over things is because things might be a little bit chaotic. Some things might be at odds with each other. Like a really busy month, but it's not getting to you, at least not outwardly. I think you are really you're involved in a lot of things, I think, in June is what this is too. And for some, it could be having that like busy schedule, but just having it all under control, having like a really nice, all right, like today is this, here's our schedule. Tomorrow is this is our schedule. That kind of energy. But also I think whatever you're involved with, they are things that you're fascinated in. And it's kind of fueling that busyness, a little bit of that chaoticness sometimes. But there is a sense of certainty that you have in June, kind of a reassurance that you've made the right choices. You're kind of seeing the success now because of those choices that you've made, that hard work that you've put in, giving you a little bit of that confidence. And for some too, it could be that you're having like a mastery over something in June. So if you've been working at something for a while, trying to, whatever it may be, learn a new language, do something specific, I don't know, at a job, right? Nothing's really coming to my head, of course, in this moment in terms of it. But what I'm meaning is that kind of having that confidence where you feel like, okay, now I'm in a position where I feel like I've mastered this. If someone needs me to teach it, I can do that. That kind of energy. Although for some too, it could be a little bit of suppressing some emotions or detaching yourself from the chaos a little bit just to make sure that things get done. Kind of so that you don't get sucked into it as well, almost taking a step back and be like, all right, hey, this has to get done. Someone needs to do it. I'll be that person, not getting wrapped up in a little bit of that chaos, a little bit of the busyness that's going on, and kind of just taking that control, staying focused in June. Interesting. Awesome. Yeah, let's pull some Oracle cards. Really excited to see what else they have to say. I'm going to position these over here. Give me a second. Of course, I finally have the cards how I want them, but I do want to actually just show you the close-up on the Chariot really fast because I like this card specifically in that she has the reins just in one hand. She's standing up. You have a black and a white horse, right? So like some duality going on, pulling in opposite directions, those like conflicting ideas, things kind of being at odds with each other. But she's like this really self-assured warrior, just holding it with one hand, like, I got this. I'm not concerned. But like that energy for you for that month. Let's go ahead and get your Oracle cards, yeah? All right, so starting off here, you have energy. With boundless energy, you can accomplish more than you ever thought possible. So yeah, I think that you're getting a lot done in June. And I think there is going to be a lot of energy, whether that's just forced because you have to get things done, or again, it could be kind of just like a proactive of being really involved and fascinated with what's going on. So that's giving you a little bit of that boost, that spark that's pushing you forward. But I think too, you're just really in June, you're just moving forward and getting things done, really regardless of what's in your way. All right, so then for your Lover's Oracle card here, you have Twin Flames, your passion ignites. Yeah, so if you are in a relationship, this could be kind of having that like kindling of the flame. That's like, is that how we want to say that? Kind of something like a relationship growing stronger. If you're not in a relationship, this could be finding that or finding it in yourself if you're not looking for a relationship at the moment. But really, I think what this comes down to is really finding that which sparks your flames in June and really gives you that like boost of energy. I'll put you here for now. Regardless if that is romantic or not, I think there's going to be a really nice like ignition in your inner flame. Kind of got that too. Well, I actually got that really strongly for group 1. But there's still that energy, I think, that's overall for everyone. It seems like June's a really nice month to kind of spark that passion of yours that you're going for. And then your Threads of Fate Oracle card here, you have the Wildling. So this card can talk about not listening to others and really taking time to get out that freedom, getting back to your instincts. I think for some people, it could be a little bit of like detaching yourself from others, from the normal, from the routine, from what's expected almost, so that you don't get stuck. You don't get, I was going to say swept up, stuck, sucked in, however you want to phrase it, so you don't get involved into that chaos and wrapped in and sucked in as well. Of making sure that you're doing what suits you best at the deepest, like, primal levels, making sure that you're listening to yourself. And if you need to step away from others in June to do so, absolutely. That's a good time, a good message for you to do so. Next up, you have your Moonology card. So for you in June, you have your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. Love that. I am actually going to read on this. I read for group 1 from this book, It had some really nice messages. I always think that the Moonology guidebook is really good. And giving lots of additional messages. Okay. So it says, first and foremost, this card suggests a new start for you professionally. So for some of you, June could be a nice month of starting a new career. It says, whatever has been going on in your working life, this card heralds the start of a new and improved work cycle. If you're unhappy in your current job, this is the time to either renegotiate your position or look for something new. Whatever your question, whether work related or otherwise, a new plan and strategy is called for. You need to take a look at the long term and think about where you want to be in 12 months or even 5 years' time. That will inform your best course of action now, so think seriously about it. Drawing this card suggests it's a time for you to be ambitious about whatever it is you want to achieve. Then I always love reading a couple more things. It says, make a proper plan and execute it well. You need to be more disciplined to reach your goal. Hard work will make your dreams a reality. A very good omen for studying or teaching. I think for some of you, you're stepping into like a teaching role of once you've mastered or having that mastery over something to then go on and teach into others. And then don't be too controlling and avoid anyone who is controlling. I like that message too for you. Seems like there's going to be some little bit of chaos, a little bit of that high energy, we'll say, going on. So if you have someone else there, kind of like the energy vampire in your life, that might be a good time to avoid it because you have a lot going on. You don't need to add to that, right? You did have two cards come out for your hero's journey. So first up, you have a splendid torch. Blaze brightly. I love this image. I mean, who doesn't want to be this person right here? And then you also have, for this you were born. Foster your intention for incarnating in this dimension. Another beautiful image too. So I think that's really nice. I think especially for Splendid Torch, this is the last card in the deck. So it could be that time for you to write your journey. A journey's coming to an end somewhere, and it's leading you to your next one, potentially for another career. You have that with your new moon in Capricorn. You also have some pentacle cards up there as well. And I think too, this card, it's a lot about not needing to wait for others anymore, but going out and actually being that guiding light. So again, having that mastery on things and no longer needing to seek others, kind of light your own flame, right? That you are now this person that's going to be this bright light, this torch in the dark for others to follow. And just to talk about transitioning just into another stage in life. And with that too, I like whatever this is, of really finding that passion and just bringing it with you each day. And with this too, I'm getting kind of almost that whatever, whether you are entering a new stage, mastering something, or even just kind of shifting the way that you go about each day, of being that person that other people look at and you're like, oh, they're a natural. They were born for this, right? Like whatever this is, having that confidence in yourself, even if it's just starting outward and eventually having it soak inwards to where you then believe it, like, okay, yes. But I think in June it's going to be a lot of, if you are starting a new job, it could very well be like your dream career or step in that direction. But I think just seeming like a natural in June and having others look over and be like, they know what they're doing. They have this. Things might be a little chaotic, but man, they were made for this. And in June, your Whispers of Healing card here, you have Nurture. Again, the imagery in these cards is just beautiful. So detailed. And this is a nice reminder for how chaotic, we'll say maybe busy is a better word, for you for June. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Take some time out in June, whether it's just something simple like a bath, taking a nap when you need it, having a cup of tea or coffee and sitting down in peace and quiet for even if it's just 5 minutes. Whatever it is that you're able to carve out for yourself, make sure to make that a priority in June. Don't let yourself get drained and really make sure that there's a balance to your energy, because I feel like you give so much to others, especially in June. It seems like a really busy month. Sorry about that weird cut. Did someone come to our door? So of course, dogs go crazy. But yeah, I think that you're just a really giving person in general, but especially in June. So make sure that you just kind of save some of that energy for yourself too. All right, so then you do have your Woodland Wardens, excuse me. You have Dragonfly and Pansy balance, yes. So I think this month is going to be a really nice time for you to just make sure that all of the energy that you're putting out for yourself, that you're putting, I think that you're giving a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of work in June to others. So just make sure that you do balance your time and energy in June. And again, I like that with your nurture card. It's like a similar like color scheme that they have going on between those two cards. So I think just finding a nice balance in June and making sure that you take time for yourself. It's a really nice message. And then lastly, for June, we have your Greenwich Oracle. You have Duality, Banana. I like that with your Chariot card here. Just a really nice reminder, I think, of having a control over both the dark and the light in your life. Making sure that you're focusing on both. And I do want to read the spell from this book, because I think those are always fun. Let's see. This is number 27. Oh yeah, and with all of these cards, specifically when I do a month ahead reading, I always like looking at the numbers to see if those are potentially significant ones coming up for you. So you have the 27th, well, 52, but you could maybe think of the 5th and the 2nd. 22nd, have the 4th. I'm not even going to try that Roman numeral. And someone knows it, you can let me know, but I'm not going to mess with it. Let's see. Okay. Oh, I like this too. I was looking. It says, do not give in to any situation that doesn't align with you at present. So for your duality spell, again, if this is something that you wanted to do in the month of June, it says perform this art project to explore the shadow and light. Peel a banana and eat it while focusing on the challenge or situation you would like to explore. Take photos of the inside of one of the banana peels and then ink it with an ink pad and press onto heavy white paper. Note the differences between the two images, looking for and interpreting any patterns and symbols. These are always fun little spells, activities to do. But yeah, really excited for your June. Looks like it is going to be busy. However, it definitely seems like a really high energy, really confident, involved month for you. Just make sure to stay balanced, take some time for yourself, and detach yourself from certain situations if you need to, so that you don't get sucked into that energy and like further drain yourself. I think is a really nice thing to keep in mind. But definitely hard work paying off, potentially a new career starting too for some of you. And I mean, this image alone, if we can call this your image and your card for the month, I love that energy. Awesome. Well, let me know what you thought. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful month ahead. And until next time. So if you chose group 3 or this amethyst here, then this reading is yours. Let us see what June is bringing in for you. Lots of cards to get through, but we will start with your tarot. So group 3 for June, you have the 2 of Pentacles. Ooh, the Unknown card. That's specific just to this deck. You have the 4 of Swords, which I absolutely love this image here. You have the World and 6 of Wands. All right. So definitely some change, something mysterious coming into your life in June. This Unknown card can talk about something coming in that's not ready really to be revealed just yet. Can also talk about something potentially from the past too, like we don't have a full understanding of just yet. Could be for some people in June, could be a really nice time to reflect, to look within, time to heal. Oh, you know what too, I just got this message of being okay with not knowing the future, or even potentially what this change could be or what's happening during this change in June, of being okay with, of needing to be okay with it. and just believing that good things will come out of this, and having a strong vision of holding on to this is meant to happen, things will be okay, of holding on to that regardless of what's happening, and really helping manifest what it is that you're looking. But I do think whatever this is, this change could shake things up a bit for you. So just make sure that you're staying open to it, right? Staying balanced, and really just staying open to whatever this could be, this unknown, this world, right? Like this change that's coming in June to you, for you, with you, whatever it may be, of being open to it, staying adaptable. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's get your Oracle cards, because really exciting whenever I do pull specific cards that are just to the deck. Let me, 1 second. All right, there we are. So let's go ahead, get your Oracle cards. First one we have here, change. Yep, look at that. So love all the butterflies so far. Expand your flexibility for change, and you'll enjoy the vitality of life ahead. So yeah, June is definitely bringing some change that you might not even be expecting. I like that too, with having the Two of Pentacles, of being open to it, kind of keeping that balance even though things may be thrown off a little bit for you. For your Lover's Oracle here, let's see, you have power. You instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. And I really like this message, whether or not this is pertaining to a specific like love relationship, or even just in general with yourself, of putting your foot down. If you're getting pushed into a direction that you don't want to go, you don't have to. Only you know what it is that you want. And so regardless of what this change is, this mystery, this unknown that's coming into your life in June, remember that you do have this power to say no, to change that direction if need be, right? Especially too when it comes to love, of knowing your boundaries, knowing what you want. So then for your Hero's Journey cards, you have Dream Redirection, redream the situation. You also have Trip the Light, fantastic, Dance with the Universe. This is such a pretty card too. I like this with in terms of like, if you're just like standing in the rain ever, you just have that moment of like, I don't want to say feeling small in terms of like the universe, but kind of dance with the universe, right? Giving into the universe, listening to the universe, to the signs that are around you, going with the flow. So bending when you need to, standing strong when you need to, kind of going with what the universe is telling you need, and listening to that. And also with Dream Redirection, I like this card here. It's really talking about like if things aren't really going, if they're not going your way, if they're not the way you envisioned things, so especially too with whatever this unknown change is, it might be something that you didn't necessarily think would happen, or it's not exactly the way that you wanted it to happen. This is just a reminder that you are in charge of your dreams. You are the one calling the shots, if you will. And so it might take you having to maybe like meditate on it, to journal on it, to internalize it in a way that kind of lets you get back in control of things. How do I want to say this? That it's almost has to happen first on the inside before anything can take place, like any change can take place outwardly, right? Move these over. There we go. All right, and then we have Moonology next for your Oracle card. And so for June group 3, you have you and your loved ones are safe, new moon in Cancer. So for the other two groups, I have read from the booklet on this. I think it's had really nice messages. I also just love the Moonology Oracle deck in general. But this message could be there for someone, especially with like any type of unknown change, just a reminder that like you're safe, your loved ones are safe, whatever is happening, it's happening for a reason. And let's, there it is, okay. So this says, there is a new start coming in your private life. Something is rising up in connection with the people and places you hold dearest. This can be with a member of your family, a flatmate, or moving house. If you're hoping to move forwards with something special in your private life, this card comes to you with a message that you can do it. If you've been neglecting your family, it's time to reconnect with them. If you've been neglecting yourself, you need to take better care of yourself and nurture yourself more. If your insecurity is holding you back, that's something you have to work on now. Doing so could bring your heart's desire. And then also, sorry if you can hear my dog snoring. I don't know, I think every single video there's either a bark or a snore going on. So it says, make sure you put your family first. Let someone get a bit closer to you. A new cycle is starting for your child or children. It's time to review your goals. Have they changed? Meditation will help banish your insecurities, and spending time near water will bring you peace and answers. So I think they just have a lot of really unique messages, and one of them could be in there for you. So for your next card, we have your Woodland Wardens card coming up. You have the Goat and Willow, overcoming obstacles. Yeah, so in June, there could be whatever this changes, or just in general, there could be some obstacles that come up in June for you. I also like this with your Two of Pentacles. I feel like the goat, if you ever see goat videos or like the baby goats, that like they're always jumping up onto things and like kicking off and jumping onto them. So kind of having that energy of like, yeah, you know, I might fall off a couple of times before I stand on whatever this platform is, but really regaining control of the situation, and that a new obstacle may be there in June for you, but with balance, with this like renewed energy, things will be okay, and you've got this. I'm getting like this message of like, you've got this. Whatever this is coming in, you've got it. Keep that balance, right? You do also have a Whispers of Healing card. Transform. Ooh, look at that. Where is your change card here? All your butterflies, the world. I love it. So yeah, definitely, I think this card is really nice too. It is a time of change and transformation coming in June, but with that, any change, any transformation is also a time to explore new possibilities that you couldn't have possibly done before. And also I like this imagery too of like opening up. These butterflies have lived inside here for potentially their whole life, and at first it might be a little shocking to be like, whoa, what is this new thing? But they're joining, right, this whole beautiful outside world. I think it's just so detailed. I love this deck. But yeah, definitely some type of transformation in June for you, some type of change. But I do, again, kind of with that like death card energy of a door might be closing, but there is a door that's opening for you. I think remaining open to the universe, to the signs, to yourself too, right? That inner wisdom, taking time to like reflect and step back. Sometimes if you need to, if things get a little like hectic, take some time, reflect, step back before really acting on it. We have, let's see, 2 more Oracle cards to get through. So for your Threads of Fate, you have the Seeker. I feel like I say this with every deck. I love this deck. So this card's really about having an attitude of, instead of thinking of like, all right, well, what if this goes wrong? Of, you know, what if this isn't right? Of replacing those thoughts with, all right, well, you know what if everything is exactly happening, or like everything is exactly what it's supposed to be right now. Everything is happening exactly how it's supposed to be playing out. And this also talks about having that childlike wonder come back into your life, not necessarily even releasing things, but more so rediscovering within yourself, having that like that curiosity come back, your empowerment coming back through that. I think in June it could be a nice month for you to find that childlike innocence again in some things, especially during any time of like change. It's always nice to, again, kind of what this is, transform message of take the time when you do have this change to explore it, to figure out what can I get out of this? What is it teaching me? What can I gain from it? What am I supposed to be like doing from here. Because sometimes, I mean, I feel like, again, one of the reasons why I chose the name of my channel is I love the death card. I love, even though things may end, it brings so many new options that you maybe wouldn't have had things not ended, right? I like that too with the Seeker and even with your transform message that you have here. But we will pull your last Oracle card for June. So group 3 for your Green Witch Oracle, you have Success, Peppermint. Oh, I love the key here too, of finding an answer in June to something that you've been asking about, that you've been searching for or trying. I think that is going to bring about some answer and everything's going to work out. I'm getting like with the success, with the power, you and your loved ones are safe, right? We'll put this here for now. Actually, we'll just hold it. I think that's a really nice reminder that even if things do change up a little bit in June, even if it does try to throw you off your balance a little bit, that it's meant to happen. You will be okay, right? And then everything's going to work out for the best, and that you're strong enough to handle this, whatever this is. Do you want to, like every time I use the Green Witch Oracle, I love pulling open, what is this, 20? The spell that's associated with it. So these are always for fun. If you feel like doing them, could be a nice thing to try in June, but this is your success spell. So it says, try this refreshing drink to boost your chances of success and also to repel illness. Place half a teaspoon of dried mint into a tea ball and swirl around inside a glass of sparkling water. Drink before undertaking activities you are seeking success in or when going into areas that may compromise your health. Add a slice of lemon to boost cleansing properties as well. Some of them are really intricate and have some items where I'm like, that's not something I could easily find. This one I feel like is a lot easier to do. Love that. Wonderful, yeah. So whatever is coming up in June, whatever this change, this unknown that's popping in, try not to stress about it. I feel for someone there's this message of it's okay to not know where this is going to end or where this is going to take you. Be open, be flexible, stay balanced, redirect when you need to, but know that you're in control of things, and then it's all going to lead to success, to like a really, it's going to lead you to where you're supposed to be. Also, I just love the image of like the goat jumping up on, I'm gonna have to go watch like baby goat videos now after this. Wonderful. Well, let me know what you thought of your reading. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful month. And until next time.